routines, and like
and it could shout at you when you need to.
Yeah, I have it like for my nighttime routine that Google does for me. I go, "Good night, Google," and then Google goes, "When would you like me to set your alarm to?" And I say whatever, and they're like, "Cool. Let me turn your brightness down to minimum. Tell me what your battery percentage is. Turn on Do Not Disturb." And it says, "Oh, Sumi to me."
Thank you, Jarvis.
But it doesn't understand if I talk Japanese to it, which is annoying because I wanted to do the thing of like when I get home, I say "Tadaima," and then my phone says "Okaeri," but I can't say "Tadaima." I just have to say "I'm home."
But you said it to Japanese though in the settings.
Yeah, but then I would have to I'd have to constantly speak in Japanese.
Yeah, I guess that's the only way to do it, man.
Yeah. I kind of know both. I thought Google's smarter.
Never explored that market space before, because like that's a niche audience.
Yeah. But I'm gonna get a smartwatch.
The Google.
Because I'm getting like a $400 discount on it, so like that's pretty good.
From that phone.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get a smartwatch, and then I reckon after that I'll start doing more investing in my home. Get a Google Nest Hub. Start things off so I can yell at a screen instead.
Oh yeah, they do have the screens, don't they?
Yeah. And then I can get like a smart light or something. And that'll be my only smart feature pretty much. So when people come into my room, they'll be just very impressed by I go, like I'm home or something, and then the lights would turn on or something like that.
I mean, that's what I do. My parents got me a new lamp, but it's got integration with Apple devices, the Apple Home software.
You can bypass that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can if through your computer you can bypass it and just reprogram it to be compatible with every device.
Right. Well, it's handy for me because I use an iPhone anyways, so I'll leave my light on so I can not stub my toe before I hop into bed, and then I'll close my lamp once I'm in bed. Someone's nothing in the corridor.
Damn.
It's November, bruh.
Yeah, but he's doing Movember instead of not November. Okay.
Is not November even relevant anymore? I mean, everyone says it is, but
because everyone lies that
I've never heard, but I've never heard of it. No, I have, but like nobody talks about it. Nobody says it.
No, they all failed, bruh. No, not November.
Nah.
It's only this social media.
I feel like that was a high school thing. Does anyone? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a funny meme thing.
Yeah.
Really.
But memes never die.
Memes never die. Only
they always die. Damn, I'm blowing up.
Ooh,
I got Ashim sending memes to a chat.
See, memes never die.
Hey Google.
It's a sign.
Put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, if you have if you have that feature on, that means it's always listening to you, is it?
No, I have to say the command.
Yeah, but how's it gonna know that you said the command if it's not listening?
Well, I mean, I guess it's always
listening.
But it's listening. Yeah, everything's always listening. What do you mean?
But this is consensual.
Yeah, your phone's probably... Wait, do you even have a... Is there AI on your phone?
Yeah, but I don't turn that feature on, so I can't OK Google the phone.
I have mine off on my phone too.
Like Siri, right?
How do you turn on stuff? Oh, wait, you have it Siri enabled on your lamp. Wait,
no,
is it voice...
I don't use voice controls.
Oh, wait, what? You press
the app.
Nah, yeah. I can't do that, bro. Nah.
You want to talk to the funny speaker?
I want to talk to the funny speaker. Because that's the whole point. It's meant to be like, I do as little as possible.
Yeah, I just don't want, what's Google CEO guy? Some guy, the Indian guy, to know what I'm up to.
Because there have been data leaks with the always listening feature.
I mean, yeah, but like...
So the phone knows if you are participating in No Nut November or not.
Damn, don't answer that question, phone. I mean... Yeah, but everything's always listening to you all the time, right? You know how whenever we talk about anything and then suddenly you just get an ad for that thing?
Yeah, see?
Yeah. I reckon your phone's still listening to you somehow.
Probably, but unconsensually. So someday I could file a class action lawsuit if I want to.
Yeah. Apple 100% they're always listening. There's no way they're not because they already have AI. It's just like no way that...
But Google has ways to pass them in terms of intelligence.
has a pasta. What?
Has way surpassed them in terms of.
Oh, I thought you said has based pasta, and I was like, what?
Apple-based pasta on Google.
Yeah.
Because they have much more information from their search.
And because they've actually invested in it. Does anyone use Siri? I don't think I've seen someone use Siri in the last 20 years.
Compared to Google,
at least. People, because now there's a app, a Google app that people use for their assistant on other devices. Even though,
Siri was one of the first ones though, back in the day, before the Googles came in.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, you just it would be funny to talk to you.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
Google AI is not very talkative.
Stole the cookie from the cookie jar. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can play games with my AI sometimes. We play Magic 8 Ball, where it does randomly generated answers to my questions. In the morning, I have a routine. So I say good morning, and then it goes and gives me a joke, tells me the weather, and
damn,
it's pretty handy.
If only they are sentient to the extent of Ryan Gosling's girlfriend in Blade Runner.
I mean,
Cortana.
Or Cortana. Or that movie with the what's her name? Scarlett Johansson.
Ghost in the Shell?
No, the other one.
That was not
the
about
romantic movie.
The what?
Yeah. The one where
I did not hear what you said.
You told me to watch it, or we watched it.
The web developer guy falls in love with the AI he created.
Oh, her, yeah.
And that's a simple title. Why did I forget?
Yeah.
Because it's too simple.
It's too simple.
You use it every day. You don't associate her with her.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to the Unholy Trinity podcast.
There's a bit of a segment for you.
Yeah, that was our cold open.
Yes.
In sitcom terms.
And hopefully y'all are warmed up now.
Well, speaking of warming up, we're entering a bit of a bushfire season, aren't we?
You're finally back in summer, boys.
Burning.
Yeah.
What should be piss cold and raining next week?
Not in Queensland, bro. Not in Queensland. They're going to keep burning.
It's fucking Melbourne, bro.
Yeah, that's why they call it the Sunshine State.
Melbourne.
Queensland.
Is
that just Brisbane, though?
No, Brisbane's fine, I think.
As in the
also,
name
no,
of
they
Sunshine
do not call the city of Brisbane the Sunshine State. They call the entire state the Sunshine.
Don't they call the Gold Coast the Sunshine Coast?
Probably.
Well, maybe because it's part of the Sunshine State. No, I don't know.
Well,
Sunshine State sounds more non-Mandela to me.
That's what you get on your car, right?
On the plate.
I think is Victoria the education state.
It was that for a while. I remember the old ones are Garden State.
Yeah.
That's the name of a bar near my work. Garden State Hotel. Have you heard of this? Like a sports. It's a fancy one. It's like a fancy sports bar.
I feel like
it's
there's
very popular.
A suburb or an area called the Garden State.
Probably it was probably Victoria.
Probably Victoria. Yeah.
You know, they named the whole city suburb after Fitzroy Gardens.
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, Fitzroy.
Maybe. Crazy.
Oh, what's that garden center near me? I have Flagstaff Gardens near me. But they didn't name anywhere Flagstaff.
They named the station though.
Yeah.
They named a piece of infrastructure after a garden
that is next to.
True. Nah, that's mad. How have you been spending your hot summer days?
Hot summer days.
It's not summer.
It is summer, but it's just haven't been hot.
It's a pretty cruel summer.
No, summer starts in December. It's December, January, February, right?
Yeah, we're still in the spring.
Yeah.
Damn, spring kind of sucks.
It's
because it's not being spring.
It's neither warm.
I don't know. I've been feeling the hay fever a little bit.
Yeah.
I was at work the other day and somehow, I don't know how, but I ended up getting some weird allergic type reaction. And I was sobbing during talking to a customer. And I was like, oh my god, I hope you guys had fun playing laser tag. Yeah. And I was just tears streaming.
Are you okay?
I'm so happy for you guys.
Nah,
you didn't deserve it, but I'm so happy for y'all.
Damn, that is sad.
Yeah.
They had a large amount of pollen in your workplace.
No, it's nowhere near any pollen. I can't explain it.
Someone's just
I'm in the middle
pollen.
of Docklands in an enclosed environment.
Or maybe he had a contamination.
Contamination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every morning when we would open the oven and it would, start exhausting things because air circulation. I would always be sneezing and rubbing my nose.
Oh, well, I cry on the grill all the time because the heat stings everything.
I mean, there's smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke bad for the eyes.
And where there's smoke, there's fire.
There's a grilled patty burning.
There's a patty, yeah. Is that a BTS reference?
Maybe.
Oh.
If you make it a BTS reference.
It's a Queensland forest fire reference.
Could be.
Yeah, I had a pretty hot day a few days back.
It's like the Olympics every 4 years or something. When was the last bush fire? It was like...
No, that was a year ago. No, when was the bush
No,
fire?
it wasn't.
2020.
3 years. Okay, it's almost Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it'll probably kick up more in 2024. Get even worse.
I was helping out our good friend Jason for a film shoot a few days back in Newham. How you say it?
Newham?
No, I barely knew him.
Well, see, old English names will be Newham, but sometimes when they come to Australia, they lose that heritage, so you just say Newham.
Newham.
I would assume it's Newham.
Yeah.
Like Pakenham.
Yeah. Up in north of Melbourne a bit.
Oh, yeah.
It counts as regional Victoria.
Damn, I want to hit up regional Victoria. Yeah. Other than
it's
one time I did.
Funny Rock. You know the Funny Rock?
Woolaroo?
Nah,
that's kind of regional Victoria.
It's a funny rock up here in Victoria. They have a funny rock that I saw. You can climb on it and be like, oh wow, a rock in the middle of fields of farms and shit. I forgot what the rock's name is.
Dwayne.
Rock. The Dwayne Rock Johnson.
Well, if it was a Johnson, wouldn't it look like a dick?
I would assume it would.
Damn.
But
it's
yeah,
Johnson.
I think you look like a dick.
Funny thing about
that bit of a dickhead, mate. You fucking
knobhead.
Knobhead.
Yeah.
Knobs. It was a hot day. Early in the day, it was like 27 or something, decently hot, but not over 30, which is, I guess, good. Just stood out in the sun for half a day, and then the later half was cold and sad.
Cold and sad.
So, that's the spring experience, I suppose.
That's Melbourne.
I guess that's Melbourne. Yeah.
Barely Melbourne, but yeah, Victoria.
That's close enough to Melbourne.
Got on a V-line for the first time. I was like, yeah, this train's alright.
Oh, V-lines. Dude, I want to go somewhere on a V-line so bad. Just anywhere.
Go to Bendigo.
I really want to travel somewhere.
Do you want to go to Bendigo?
Do you want to go on a trip?
To Bendigo and get a cube.
Oh, no. It's completely unrelated, but also kind of related. I want to go to Canberra.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to go to Canberra?
I already have a camera.
What?
I have a camera.
No, I want to go to Canberra.
Oh, Canberra. You want to go to fucking Questacon or some shit? See,
I never got to go when I was a kid. Can we go?
Sure.
When your uni ends. Okay. Surely. So
it's December.
December.
Yeah.
Done. Do you want to go?
Fuck yeah.
To Questacon. Because at year 6, I think I transferred year 6, but in term 2 or some shit.
Yes. I remember going to Questacon when I was in year 6. It was a year 6 camp. We were doing Canberra and Sydney. For a school camp.
Are we hitting up Sydney, or are you going to just keep it to Questacon?
Questacon. Also, Canberra, they got legal Zaza.
They do. But it's not like you can get it. It's more like you're not in trouble if you possess it.
True.
So you bring the Zaza from Victoria
up there
across state lines.
Which is
Canberra small enough that you can walk across it?
It's a city.
Can or can't?
Can.
Probably.
Can we do that? Can we
just walk to
Can we just go to Canberra for a few days and just do everything you can possibly do in Canberra, pretty much?
So
there's basically Questacon.
Parliament House, Questacon.
Do you guys know GeoWizard?
Maybe we can go to a nice restaurant or something.
Yeah.
You guys know GeoWizard?
I think we're guessing.
No, he's a YouTuber. He's a British guy who does geoguessr videos, but he's also an avid hiker and cyclist and swimmer and walker, I think. So he
just likes move it around.
He'll do videos several days in a row where he's hiking. He's got hiking gear and a huge backpack with camping gear, and their goal is to walk in as straight of a line as possible across a whole country.
Oh.
So they'll walk from one side of Wales to another side of Wales in a completely straight line.
Mm-hmm. Did you have to go past people's
Through houses.
Through houses, maybe, but they had to plan it.
Yeah.
But if you look on a map from like a distance, it looks pretty much like a straight line.
Well,
other than the one
planned
street corner they had to turn or something.
They planned it to avoid houses, probably.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Because they were mostly walking across empty countryside.
You want to do that across Canberra?
Walk a straight line through Canberra.
If it's short, like Canberra's tiny as fuck, right?
It's not that tiny. It's the town.
Yeah, you could walk across the town. Like you could walk across Melbourne.
Yeah.
It went Melbourne. The CBD only takes you like fucking.
Oh, CBD's tiny here.
Yeah.
When I was in China, I compared this. I was trying to put Melbourne in the Melbourne CBD into scale for how big China is. I said
the entire country of.
Well,
because I feel like that's an unfair.
The Beijing metropolitan area.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to the Melbourne metropolitan area, which would be the CBD, I would have compared the size of Melbourne to a single tourist attraction rather than the whole Beijing city.
Universal
in terms of size. Well,
Universal
honestly,
Studios honestly, Universal Studios everywhere is bigger than Melbourne. Like Universal Studios is fucking massive.
If you guys know the Forbidden Palace.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you told us.
Yeah, I told you guys about
funny
it.
Statues.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in
Soldier Boy
as an exhibit.
Yeah, Soldier Boys are in there.
Yeah.
Not the terracotta soldiers. That's a different.
Not the ones
place.
like underground shit.
Underground, yes. Was it?
I feel like they live there. Do they not live there?
Those little soldier boys.
Soldier Boy statues are like dug up from the ground.
That's the terracotta soldiers, and that's in the Xi'an, not Beijing, I think.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
Wrong,
I told
Soldier
him. Yeah, but the whole surface area of the Forbidden Palace is probably closer in size to the whole of Melbourne CBD.
Damn, it's like Melbourne's out here playing the Bay City skylines, but Beijing's out over here fucking playing it with all the expansions, you know?
And Beijing has a functional metro system.
Exactly, they got the metro expansion, the fucking transit thing. Oh, you know about how Melbourne's trying to build a big railway that goes like all the way through the entire like
loop.
Melbourne area?
Yeah,
like through all, and it's going to take the next 60 years or something.
Yeah.
Is it 60?
Which, well,
30.
It's about 10
No,
years.
it's not 30. 30 is their first stop.
Damn.
It's going to get the eastern suburbs.
Oh, is it because all underground and shit?
Yeah.
Which is like, it would be surprising if they got past the first one, honestly. I don't see them...
It would be good for you, because that would be Glen Waverley,
because I can get from Glen Waverley to Box Hill, which is the two Asian centrals of the southeast suburbs.
Just going to connect the Asians, bro. And keep them in one space. Don't have them coming into my fucking CBD.
Destroy.
Yeah, get them out of here.
I don't see the Australian government committing to this project further than that much.
Is it a national project?
It's a state project.
It's a state
infrastructure.
It's billions and billions of dollars. But the thing is, if you don't commit... Well, at least you'll have to commit to the first part, because otherwise it's a huge waste of taxpayer money. Yeah.
But the next part of it is like...
They need more funding.
They need better connections in the west more than the east anyways, but they've had to start...
No, the west is going to the ruins, bro. It's Mad Max land out in the west.
Which is why they need better infrastructure.
But the thing is, there's more tax money from the east, because y'all got it in the east.
See, me as a public transport nerd...
But it's all... that doesn't factor into... Well, I mean... I guess political leaning it would, because people would be like, hey, government's
build shit
good because they're building in our area and that's where our taxpayer money's going, so it's better for us, I guess.
But yeah, realistically, pragmatically, you want it in the west, right?
Yeah.
They should build an airport railway, but they can't.
They are. So that's the second part of this big one, right?
But we gotta wait for that one on.
Because it's the furthest west, because they have to connect the north.
No, the airport's
and south.
the second part.
No, it's the third part.
Because the airport's like north, right?
What's
that? West.
Northwest.
So they're starting with the east one or the west one?
That's the other thing, because there are talks of the airport link.
Yeah.
Airport link train is a dedicated train to the airport.
Which is confirmed, right?
Not really. Not yet. They're not committing to it yet.
Because
they fucking need to.
Down. They can't commit to anything right now, really. No. Because we don't know what's really happening.
Because
in terms of large-scale projects, they're already pretty much finished building the metro tunnel. And then a public transport airport link is something
tunnel.
Melbourne just does not have, which it's so lacking behind every other major city centre in the whole world.
You know, they should have built that before the tunnel, but I guess they really wanted
the
a
tunnel is fucking pointless.
It's
supposed to direct
it will
traffic.
alleviate service between the major city centre stations.
So they don't have to go to the loop again. They just go straight.
But it gives me the vibes of, you know how we have useless tram stops? Like, if you live in the CBD, this is probably more about us. But, like, you know how when you go on the tram down Swanston Street, there'll be, like, one tram stop, like, a block away, but then after that, there'll be one tram stop, and it'll be, like, 3 blocks to the next one, you know what I mean?
Some are too
Within
close.
the same,
But it depends on the street, though. Like,
Swanston's
like,
Swanston.
pretty good with that, because it's interconnecting all the junctions, you know?
Yeah.
You got fucking RMIT, and then Melbourne Central, and then Burke Street, and then Town Hall with Collins.
Yeah, but RMIT to Melbourne Central is too short. That's less than a block.
But I guess it's a bit of...
Unless you call it like Latrobe or something.
Because after RMIT, it's... what's that street?
Latrobe. No.
After RMIT,
Latrobe. It's Latrobe, then...
then Queensberry. After that.
No, RMIT, Queensberry, then RMIT, then Latrobe.
Are you talking about...
I'm talking about going into the city.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going about going away from the
south
city?
to north.
Okay, yeah.
Isn't that a block? What's a block?
I'm talking about... No, I'm talking north to south. I'm saying the different distance between the RMIT and the Melbourne Central tram stop is like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I will stay on the tram because I'm lazy and I'm going to get off because it's closer for me to get home to get the RMIT. But, like...
Yeah.
Also, the way they do their, like, free tram zone is shit. Because it doesn't include Melbourne Uni for some reason. It's, like,
it's
just
not in the
out of
city
the
anymore. It's in Carlton.
Yes, barely. But they include Docklands in the free trams, and that's not the city.
So
that's another land. It's the Dockland.
They created the free tram zone mainly with tourists in mind.
Yeah, I know, because it's following the tourist tram.
The people who use the free tram zone are going to be people driving into the city and who need to make short stops within the city.
Yeah, and students, especially, yeah.
They hate students.
Which means the people using the free tram zone are the ones driving the most cars anyways.
I could do better in city skylines with my district planning, yeah.
Do you want to run as Minister of
Skinny
Transportation?
skylines?
Skinny skylines.
Skinny skylines.
To be honest, that's pretty accurate saying skinny skylines. We've got skinny roads. Well, the main thing about Australia and Melbourne and or just Australia in
Melbourne
general,
has
car culture,
one of the most
car culture. People don't want to give up the cars, and people are too. It's just like a history of being too and a culture of being too afraid of change, drastic change.
Yes. I think Melbourne's pretty good in the regards of what they do with cars, and like you pretty much can't use your cars in the CBD. They've stopped cars on like Swanston and
it's just annoying to use.
No, specifically on Swanston you can't drive cars and Burke Street. So like
but
which
they
I
should
personally think is really
pedestrianize
good.
more.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you live in this, I guess but if you live in the city, you just walk anywhere.
Yeah.
Because you can just go. That's how long a tram's gonna take to get to me. I'm just gonna run across.
It's the same as England. It's
England
old infrastructure,
city.
but then they've built all this old infrastructure, so they don't want to tear down all the old stuff to make way for new things.
You're talking about London?
London specifically, because that's the most prominent world example.
That's actually, that's a very, I guess, big issue, right?
Which is why the SRL is controversial. You're spending billions on building new things, finally, but wouldn't you rather spend only a few million on fixing the existing problems?
But you gotta understand, well, not you, this is in general, I was saying, but you gotta understand that
Johnson.
People need to understand that, like, our old system is old. It's like, this is a time where, like...
It's coming on 200 years.
Yeah, this is a completely different time. People actually live in the city now. That was not really a thing back in those days.
More people lived in this... Well, I guess not more people, but, like, back when Melbourne was smaller, everyone's around the city.
Yeah, around the city, right? That was the big thing. So, like, the way our current train lines work is you're trying to get people in and out of the city, right?
Yeah.
But it's not, like, communicating across.
You can't bypass the city. That's why they're building the giant loop. But it'll take 60 years.
That's going to take 60 years, right? But it's okay because one day someone will get the benefits
Your
of this.
grandkids should be like, look at this grandpap. I can go to
Out of
Box
spite,
Hill.
I'm not going to have any grandkids because I was like, I never got that
You
fucking...
can't enjoy
That's my
money.
taxpayers' money, mate.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's so many historical things that we can still talk about. In terms of like, also having more express trains.
What do you do with your mic? You got very confused about your mic for a second.
Because I'm looking at the camera like, is the mic in the way, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's I'm currently
It's in the way.
embracing.
I can't see your
Yeah,
face.
you're having a little moment with your mic there.
I reckon we shouldn't talk about public transport too much longer.
Oh.
But, intuitively, I want to ask you guys a question. Because when I talk
We are
about...
a transport podcast after all.
We are.
Of course we are.
We take you to new places.
Yeah.
Trains going faster is a good thing. Yes.
Fast train cool.
Fast train's cool.
Fast train cool.
Do you know the reason why trains aren't as fast as they could be?
Because they need to stop.
They need to stop?
People will
the infrastructure can't support it?
Exactly. See?
Oh, cool.
A lot of people don't get... that's not obvious knowledge.
Well, okay, this is what people need to do. They need to get a Lego train set, build the train tracks, and see what happens when you go max speed, and the train flies off the tracks, okay? Don't let it happen in real life. That's not good.
You can just test that in your skinny skylines.
Well, no, because you can't control individual trains to see what happens if I max the speed. But it's pretty cool because I can designate how much public transport costs, how much taxes, how much rent is, and that sort of vibe. I'm a bloody dictator over there.
I saw a YouTube video once where someone figured out you can get free energy from using the sewage.
Yeah.
By recycling sewage water.
I don't know if that would work in real life, but does in city skylines.
Yeah. Oh, high-speed rail from Melbourne to fucking Sydney. That would be a thing.
I mean, we have the XPT already.
That's fast.
But the thing is, at this point in time, it would be much cheaper to just improve the line quality that already exists and increase. Because the XPTs are I think the rolling stock itself is capable of 200 kilometers an hour.
It's not bad.
But because of the quality of our tracks, we have to have speed limits of like 100-ish.
Yeah.
They better fix the tracks. Or make it better.
Make them better, yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, let me introduce myself. I'm Kramer.
I feel like we're past the point of introduction.
Oh, but we have to.
It's a mandatory introduction for those who have
fine.
been
But what? Like, how far are we through the podcast already?
See, if you weren't caught on by the great discourse of public transport in Melbourne and the surrounding metropolitan area, then welcome.
We have the largest tram network in the world, though.
True, that's a selling point of Melbourne.
Tram network has a lot of world records.
Oh, Victoria specifically.
Melbourne specifically.
Yeah, because we have the best trams in the entire country.
No one else has trams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sydney wants to have trams.
Okay.
They try to have their little shitty trams, the light rail.
We may have the best tram network, but I think other cities have newer and more intuitive tram systems.
Well, they're testing that on like Adelaide or some shit, right?
In Adelaide, they have, and in Brisbane, they have like buses. Well, trams with wheels.
Are they
trams
buses?
with rubber tires that can weave in and out of traffic.
Equal bus in a dedicated lane.
Nah, I feel like that's shittier because trams have a dedicated route.
That's what he's saying.
It's a dedicated route,
but it's a bus.
But there's a level of flexibility there, and they don't need tracks that are potentially like in the way. It's just a normal paved road.
It's the bus lane for buses only.
Which is a tram.
What? But it's powered by electricity through pannier racks.
Oh, so it's bus with cables.
Bus with cables.
Which is a trolley bus. Have you ever heard the term trolley bus?
In a fucking... I was going to say, is that in San Francisco or there's trams?
There's trams.
Trams in San Francisco. In London, before... They started off with trams, but then they eventually moved to trolley buses for a while because... and I saw this in China as well. China has a lot of trolley buses. It's basically a bus that looks like it has two cricket's legs. And then as soon as they're...
I like the visuals.
Exactly. But as soon as they're underneath a set of electric wires, they can just freely connect whenever, and then they're charging while they're driving. And it's all electricity
Oh, that's
powered.
good. Yeah.
Some of them are still hybrids, and some of them are still full diesel buses. But yeah,
That's cool.
The technology exists.
Oh, we have the longest tram line as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the one that goes from Docklands to
Vermont South to Docklands.
Which is
Vermont South.
one of the ones that I get. No, I get the 70 and I get the 75 because the 75 doesn't take me where I need to go.
Docklands.
Or it does.
Swanston Street is the busiest tram corridor in the world.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
8 tram routes going through it at once.
Yeah.
That's why I like the what do you call it? The amount of trams that goes through it. It's pretty quick for me to just get off from stop
like
to
that
get here
too,
because the amount of trams going through.
Yeah.
But sometimes
And there's no
crowded.
cars on the road of
Yes.
Swansea. That's why, because it needs to be just trams. That's what, which is good.
Melbourne just doesn't have the population density to justify having a good metro system, unfortunately.
Yeah. But the trams kind of busted respectfully.
Yeah.
Bus.
Which is why I feel like I'm a bigger tram appreciated than a train nerd.
Yeah.
Trams
You're
are.
a tram
I feel
spotter?
like they're more useful like not short term, like short distances, right?
I find myself taking
I'll buy you a
trams
Lego
more.
tram if they make
Yeah.
one.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome.
Lego tram.
For me, it's like there's so many trams. There's so many types of trams out there on the network.
Yeah.
And we just have to deal with having only 4 trains.
Have you seen the Stray Kids tram? Wait, did I bring this up in the last episode? This is a Stray Kids
Stray
tram.
Kids
in
tram.
There's
Melbourne.
a Stray Kids tram.
Oh yeah, you did. I think at some point.
There's a Team NT tram as well.
So
And
so
I
there's-
just saw on the way up here there's a Captain Marvel. I mean, in the Marvels tram.
I've seen that one too.
I have a website. If I search for long enough, I would probably be able to find the exact model and number
the
of trams that
advertisement?
those trams are.
The Stray Kids one?
Yeah.
Yo.
Damn.
But I'm not going to waste my
Stray
time doing
Kids. Woo.
that.
Alright.
Public transport.
Why do you not want to waste your time? Is it because we have something to discuss? Segue?
Segue. My name is SZL.
My
Oh.
name Dio to the Zephyros.
And I'm Jack. Alright, let's get into the meat of this.
Second time.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I feel like we already did a
everyone.
Halloween episode, kind of,
Uh,
right?
Can I
this
interrupt?
last week?
Nah,
was
you
kind
can't interrupt. This is our podcast. It's a Jack and Dio podcast.
The Jack
Nah, yeah,
and
what's
D.
The modern warfare meal is back at Hungry Jack's.
Oh, you can get your Call of Duty
Oh,
points.
do we talk about Call of Duty? All right, let's
I
talk
don't
about
have
Call of Duty. Let's
strong
talk about it.
opinions on-
Second
but
year
I
in a
should-
row.
I surely
Look.
do.
The only engagement I've had with this new game is through the beta.
Better.
Bear in mind, the game's not out for like a day at the time of recording this. It'll probably be out by the time that you guys are listening to this. But they released the campaign early, and like I was only really going to get it for. I'm one of the weird guys that likes the campaign more than anything else.
You know,
I would
Aaron
agree.
Lamb also said that.
He's a real one though. He's a real one. He gets it.
I would agree though.
You get it.
I don't play
Have you
COD,
played
but
a
I
COD
would,
game?
I would prefer the campaign.
Yeah. The campaign's kind of good. The last Modern Warfare game, I don't know if I told you, I didn't really like the campaign that... I liked the missions. The missions were all really cool and varied, but the story wasn't very good. Whereas it's kind of the complete opposite. No, just the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign was just goated. But this new one is apparently terrible. Because they had like less than a year to make it, right? Because this is Modern Warfare 3, the last game was Modern Warfare 2. Because what they usually do is do a different series in between that, right? Like Black Ops or something.
Yeah.
They outsourced it to a different studio, Australia's own Sledgehammer, the ones that make all of the World War II games. So this is, I guess, their first like modern one, right?
Yeah.
And basically the campaign's apparently just not great. They have some like Call of Duty missions, right? But then they throw in like these open combat missions that are kind of like, you remember playing DMZ with me on the Warzone map? Yeah, kind of like just that, but like, I guess with more story reasons, I guess, and people hate that. And I saw some gameplay and I was like, oh, this looks like ass. And it's apparently the shortest campaign at like 4 hours.
That's pretty short.
Which I feel like is pretty short, but like not that short for a COD. Like COD usually they're around 5 hours long. Like
There you go.
it's not about the length; it's about what you do with it, really.
Good.
And apparently they don't do really well with it either. So yeah,
Losing on both sides.
the multiplayer, from what I played, it kind of feels like a bit shittier than last year, but I don't know. It's kind of cool that they have the Modern Warfare 2 original maps returning in this new way, but also that's super lazy because it's like, what about the new maps? Oh, it's post-launch content. Okay, live service bullshit. Open world zombies, I'm not into at all.
Zombie.
I played a bit of this sort of. They had this funny open world hybrid thing in Black Ops Cold War as one of the modes. I thought it was okay-ish. It was kind of cool that you could teleport between open worlds, but like open world zombies, I'm not about it, bro. I'm all about that round-based type vibes, you know, doing the Easter eggs and all that shit.
Round-based.
Conservative.
Anyway, yeah, so that's what I mean by the new COD. I'm actually not buying. I'm not pre-ordering this. This is crazy. I'm not pre-ordering a COD game, and I might even buy it. Wait for it. On sale.
Oh my god, bro, that's the first from you.
That's the first. You know, the last game that I remember doing, Vanguard. COD Vanguard came out. I was like, I'm not buying it. And like in January, after I got money for my birthday, I was like,
you bought it anyway.
I'm buying it. I bought it for full price. Fuck me. I touched that game maybe like 3 times in my life.
Whee!
Didn't play like any of it.
Whee!
Yeah. Because I also don't have any friends to play COD. I do have some friends, but like,
they're not real.
Nah. I don't think anyone's really gonna get this one particularly. I'll get it if you get it. All right, deal.
I was talking with my
I'll never
friend.
get it.
That's how I get it.
I don't know if you guys will
Yeah.
get the reference instantly before you start talking about the main part of the fucking episode. I was
Yeah.
talking to my friend. He's like, "Oh, I have a friend in Nebraska." Do you guys get the where Nebraska is?
Is there something to do with COD?
No, that's just
What? Okay.
This is fuck all in.
The US.
It's not in the fucking Alaska, is it?
well, I think it's not quite north USA, but it's like middle north.
Man, I don't know
It's
anything
fucking
about
in
US.
Wyoming.
Fucking...
I think
Hey,
they're neighboring.
Wyoming is in New South Wales. Okay, shut the
Oh,
fuck up.
shit.
Yeah.
Only the real ones know that reference, by the way.
Y-O-Y, but it's Wyoming Dynasty.
That Ming Dynasty pussy got me acting unwise.
All I need to say, bro.
All right.
Is that the Nebraska
so that was
bit?
the
No.
bit.
The
We'll talk about it later.
All right,
later.
sure. I don't know where that was going, but we'll talk about the main stuff. So, for spooky times, we've got a couple of stuff lined up for you. One of them has nothing to do with spooky times, but it's Gen V. We'll talk about the
It's
season.
spooky to an extent.
Gory.
Like
Sure, yeah, it's
for
spooky to
people
an extent.
who thinks explodey head scary.
Yeah. But the main thing is Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, I hate that. I'm really interested because I don't. Oh, no, we watched it together, so you kind of know what I think about the movie. You probably don't know what you think about the movie,
Yeah.
but I guess we'll get into it.
I
I just want to know straight off the
No.
like, yeah.
okay. I had a dream
Oh, Freddy.
Why is this your Martin Luther King speech?
of Jack Murayama in my dreams
Yo,
Succinctly-
Jack
Yo.
describing his opinions on the FNAF movie.
You think?
And that was in my mind before I went into it. So I had like some deja vu ass thing where I came into the film already knowing exactly what to expect from the dialogue, from the script, from the writing.
Oh,
And then I watched the film and it all was entirely 100% correct.
Bro, I feel like this is all. That's the Halloween
Yo,
part,
that's
bro.
the-
That you had a weird premonition about my
you
opinion.
saw today's podcast episode before any of us
Because
did.
honestly,
Yeah.
it sounds like it was probably just me remembering what you said about last week's episode.
What did we review last? Killers of the Flower Moon. I love Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
What about before then?
Are you saying Five Nights at Freddy's is as good as Killers of the Flower Moon?
Oh. I gave Killers of the Flower Moon like a 9 or a 10. I
Yeah.
think.
But like, I don't recall what
It could
you
be
are-
anything. I hate on a lot of things.
Yeah, but it's
Mario.
like, but
Mario,
you also
Mario.
had in my dream. You also had specific comments on certain scenes.
Be like, oh, Freddy.
So when the scene came up, and then it was reminded in my head, and then I'm like, Jack has talked about this.
Did we do a
hasn't he?
trailer thing? Maybe we talked about
Briefly.
the trailer.
Oh fuck me!
I don't remember talking about the
listened-
trailer, but we
I
could, yeah.
listened to a podcast where they were talking about the FNAF film.
Oh, you
I was
just
remembering
imagined
that,
me as
but
the
I
person.
projected you
Oh.
onto the podcast I was listening to.
So, spoilers then.
I had spoilers for Home.
I got the movie spoiled way before.
Actually,
it was all over YouTube because it released on streaming, which is how we watched it, obviously.
But the way that the podcast talked about it didn't. They spoiled scenes, but they talked about it out of sequence. Okay. So I wasn't able to actually understand what the actual plot was. So I was surprised when the movie
plot?
did.
What plot? Some would say.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was me, but maybe I would say that. Shall we break it down?
Break it down.
First thing I'd just like to know off the bat is, did you like the movie? Like,
I enjoyed my time, but I thought it was kind of a shit movie.
I would completely agree.
I fucking hate this movie.
I had a time.
Yeah.
For once I watched the movie with a friend.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we both knew it was going to be shit, and we were laughing at the film together. That's what made it.
Did you see it in the theater?
Yeah.
The full experience.
Was there people dressed up?
We went at the 9:00 session the week after it released.
Oh, okay. So.
But we didn't have the theater to ourselves, though. Sadly.
Oh, okay. Well,
did you go R in the theater?
I mean, I did to my friend.
Dio and I watched it on streaming together. We had a little bit of a. We watched on Halloween night, actually. We did a Halloween. We had a Halloween.
Oh yeah,
screening.
I watched it with my friend had 2 free tickets.
Oh yeah.
So that's why.
Oh, I'm gonna go see a movie on Saturday with free tickets. I'm gonna see. You know that the Reddit
the movie.
The Reddit movie.
What is the Reddit?
The one
movie?
where the Wall Street bets thing.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna go watch that. I'm
movie.
seeing that one.
Yeah, see ads of them. Like that looks shit.
But tomorrow I'm paying full price for the Marvels, so fingers crossed. Because I reckon that's next week's movie, right?
That's next
week's movie.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna do a Marvel episode. It's Loki and the Marvels all wrapped up. Yeah.
Oh, true.
Anyway.
Yeah, we watched it with also with Ibrahim. He's a big FNAF boy.
Yeah.
I would say I'm a medium FNAF boy.
Yeah. I'm not.
I'm also not
I played
a FNAF
the first one back in the day. And I feel like off the bat it needs to be addressed because I feel like apparently that is meant to influence your enjoyment of the movie or some shit, right?
I mean, with anything, if you're a fan of a series and like...
No, not really, because you watch... Yeah, I mean, sometimes there'll be like hidden little things, but this is more than just hidden little things.
There's a bias, that's what I'm saying.
This was a lot of unexplained shit that is explained in the games, right? And it had Ibrahim confused because he thought it was canon to the games, but it's not. It's nothing to. It's an adaptation of the game.
Bro, it's a
separate
real
universe, whatever.
Experience like they had back in the day with the theories, man. Always confusing and Matt Pat fucking you up.
That's bullshit. I will break it down more, but there's a lot of just unexplained shit that people are like, yeah, but you see, you don't understand. It's in the game, so your criticism doesn't count. I've heard that argument so many times.
That's just
from people I know have just been like, well, you should have played the game. Like, what? It's a movie adaptation, bro.
That's just cope.
And I know, you know what made me kind of pissed off is when Ibrahim's like, well, you watch the Marvel movies. What? You don't have to read the comics to understand the movies. Yeah. What are you talking about? What are you on? What sort of copium are you on here? What the fuck is going on?
The main takeaway from this is that Scott Cawthon is a 40-year-old, 50-year-old...
Apparently he's not a good person from what I've heard.
Who is just trying to squeeze as much money out of his fan base as possible.
I mean, I would too, if I was him.
Also, I'm not really sure, but like, does it seem like there was a bit of a weird, like, behind-the-scenes sort of thing with, like, is he trying to take too much control away from the director or something? Because that's what it... Because I watched Matt Pat's video on it.
Oh, yes, no. Yes,
and he was talking about how Scott was in a lot of control of it, and that made me think to myself, that's not a good thing, right?
So, okay, this is tertiary source. This is me listening to someone who hasn't really done their research, but is remembering things off their head. Scott Cawthon, this film has been in production for like 6 years or something. Because
he's a producer on this, right?
Yeah, he's a producer, but he keeps scrapping the screenwriters.
COVID as well.
Yeah, he keeps scrapping the screenwriters. Because
if he's a producer, he does have ultimate control.
But he keeps doing it.
But yeah.
Then write it himself then. But I guess he won't.
Yeah, because I don't know.
It's like,
and why is this the script he chose? Okay.
He wrote a book, so like...
He wrote a few books. My sister has all of the FNAF books.
And they're all canon to the games, right?
I think so, yeah.
Whereas this is, to clarify, this movie is not canon to the games. I don't know if anyone else out there thinks it is because for some reason that came up in our call, but it is not. It is an adaptation.
The mindset of the FNAF kids.
So you should be able to go into this without knowledge of the games. That is kind of the expectation.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not a sequel. That's a difference. Like with a Marvel movie, that's a franchise, okay? It's a movie franchise. Nothing to do with relying on comic books to understand. That's different. I didn't need to know who Mario was to understand the Mario movie. The Mario movie, I will say this up front, was better than this movie.
Yo, a new height.
In that regard. Actually, did I enjoy myself in this more? This was shorter, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe this one wins on that regard because it was shorter. I don't know. But no, I think maybe the Mario. I don't know. I feel like this has the exact same compliments I can give for the Mario movie. This movie looks good, and that's the biggest compliment I can give to both of those. Actually, this is going to be absolute deja vu because similar things in the way that I didn't like the voice acting in the Mario movie. I didn't like the acting in this movie. Script. Anyway,
it's just symmetry. What's the line?
From the movie?
From George
Mario?
Lucas talking about Star Wars?
No. How about the spoiler towards the end of the movie where there's a symmetry line?
The when he references the thing they said in the office at the start, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was the joke that Ibrahim laughed at, and they said it twice in the movie. You know,
Yes.
It's a callback joke.
Right.
But anyway,
I completely missed that.
They'll talk about, you just need to do one thing.
Yeah.
And they're like,
actually, that's two things. Now they are quipping like a Marvel movie.
I wasn't thinking about that.
All right. Is it a spoiler? Do you want to talk about it later?
I'll talk about it later. Yeah. I don't remember the exact
All right. So this movie is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Freddy.
What's the story?
This is a story about Michael Myers. Not Myers. But Michael is a very troubled man.
He beats up security guards in a mall or something.
No, he is the security guard.
Sorry, he was the security guard who beat up a dude.
Yeah.
He has PTSD from when he was little boy.
Yeah, because when he was a little boy, he got beaten up by a security guard. So that's where the trauma clearly relates, right?
Generational trauma.
It's the reflection. Whatever you say, it's the symmetry. Just to clarify, that did not happen. He was not beaten up as a kid. It kind of has nothing to do with his actual trauma. But I guess it's also never addressed again. I want to clarify.
True.
Yeah. Are we doing? No, we're not doing spoilers. Okay.
So we have Michael and his sister.
Yeah.
Little girl. But he also... Is that spoilers?
Maybe.
We'll talk about it later. So Michael is security guard.
But no, that's not the main story, though. Dia, I think you're missing the complete point of the movie. The point of the movie is he has a sister, right?
Yeah.
And now the aunt wants custody of the sister. So the movie is actually just a child custody battle. I think you completely missed the mark here, mate.
Oh, you might be right there.
Yeah, I don't know what movie you watched, mate, but I was clearly watching a powerful family drama here, mate. Where there was, it was really a succession. There's a lot of power plays and stuff with the family that it was really strong. It was just
I got too immersed in the surrounding context.
Yeah,
of the story.
the surrounding stuff that doesn't the core story. You understand is custody battle. Okay. No, but you can see what you say. I'm obviously joking here, but you can kind of see where I'm going to be going with some criticisms. But
yeah, so Michael, he is security guard. You know, he was at a mall, but then he did a naughty, and then he lost his job because he did a naughty.
He did a naughty.
But then he goes to his guidance counselor, like in high school, and he's like, "Yo, can I get a job?"
It's a cool reference. Yeah,
I remember Mr. Gray. And dude's like, yeah, bruh, I got this place called the Five Nights at Freddy. You just need to sit there and like jack off in the
not do your job because he doesn't do his job at any part of this movie.
So he's like, cool, I'm gonna do that. But then he gets a call from his aunt.
Wait, sorry. Just one thing. The whole point of at least the first game was to do your fucking job.
True,
that's the entire game. It's basically a job simulator, but with horror elements, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't do his job at all in this movie.
That is a big defect.
Yeah. Anyway,
But then we get exposed to this child custody battle against his aunt. because apparently.
Well, that's at the start. That starts off at the start. Yeah, that's why he needs the job.
But he got fired first.
And then he needs another job because of this whole child custody battle. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, does that sound right to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was the main plot, so they had to establish it pretty early. That is the emotional
plot, yeah. Didn't have parents because they disappeared or something? I wasn't paying attention.
They never explained it, didn't they?
Yeah, they never explained it.
I think they...
See,
I want to give them the credit and say maybe we weren't paying attention. They probably explained it. I hope.
Man, like they did an offhand comment. Be like,
in that case, it went over all three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that.
We kept joking that the parents were involved in the funny naughties.
Was that what we were saying? Oh, yeah. We kept saying... Well, I mean, you can say something happened to his brother, right?
Yes.
And we thought it was just the parents.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't think, we knew it was like something to tie into the main plot. Well, that's the other plot line, right?
The Freddy plot
So it's like, what's the... So you're saying... It's kind of... So the storyline is either the custody battle, or it also could be, hey, is a security guard at a fucking spooky haunted place, or it could be the story about a man who journeys into his memories to retrieve the secrets of a childhood trauma and see if he could do a bit of a detective work and figure out, hey, what's going on here?
See, we learn in Michael's security job that he can go through his mind palace.
Well, it's nothing to do with security job. He could already do that. That's a pre-established thing, right?
Oh yeah. He just
so actually, it does not factor the. It does factor the security job in my opinion, the shittest way, because as you've probably already noticed, there are probably at least 3 storylines in this movie, but they have to somehow tie them together. They have to somehow be related.
Yes.
And do they do that? I feel like that's spoilers, but I don't know. I would say they did not do a great job.
They did it to an extent.
Yeah.
But not a...
One of the storylines just abruptly ends because with no consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No consequences.
But yeah.
But that's I guess the general synopsis. He goes to Freddy's house.
Yeah, he does go to Freddy's house.
Let's talk about acting.
I feel like we could just get more into the nitty-gritty. Oh, I guess. All right. Well, I feel like there was no good performances in this movie. I thought everyone was bad, but
I thought Freddy was good.
Yeah, sure. We'll say Freddy was good.
The cupcake was really good.
The cupcake was pretty good. I think they were all pretty bad acting. Everyone's saying Josh Hutcherson was really good. I don't agree. They just think he's hot, but I don't think he was. I think he was probably better in the Hunger Games.
I mean, there's like a unemployed, deranged man seem hot to most people.
I don't know. I thought he looked like a Jigsaw victim for the entire thing.
Oh, they had a Jigsaw moment.
Yeah, they have a few Jigsaw moments in this one, right? Yeah.
Cool
so the movie, do you think it's scary?
No.
No.
It had its attempts.
No, it is. What about you, Zoe? Do you think it's scary?
I'm doing my best impression of Balloon Boy.
Oh, that makes me so... You know how pissed off I was about the Balloon Boy shit. We'll talk about that in spoilers.
See, they had many funny attempts at jump scares that were not scary.
All right. I was... Because this is a minor spoiler, but we've already kind of brought it up, all right?
Yeah.
There is a Balloon Boy thing in the movie, right? So if you come in here and, like me, not knowing who... I know I've seen Balloon Boy before. I don't know who he is. He has nothing to do with this movie at all, but they just randomly cut to, here's a jump scare of a random thing, often in a random location that has nothing to do with the movie, that felt just so out of place. Like, this is like weird fan service, I guess.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the movie. This is my example, all right? It's like if you're watching, let's say, I don't know, a fucking Marvel movie, right? Why is my actually, let's not talk about Marvel. Let's just talk about literally anything else with source material. All right, let's say you're watching Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and then like Harry Potter's going about his day, and then suddenly Mad-Eye Moody jumps out. Mad-Eye Moody from fucking Goblet of Fire jumps out in the middle of the first Harry Potter movie. That's the sort of vibe of this Balloon Boy.
It's early foreshadowing for the sequel.
I guess so.
Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore asked calmly.
Yeah. What if Dumbledore did that? Actually, it has a similar vibe, but even worse because he was actually trying to... Do you remember in the movie Batman v Superman when the Flash suddenly appears and goes, "This is something's going to happen in the future. Trust me, bro. But I will repay this in the future. This is going to happen in the future." Do you remember that? You've probably forgotten. Yeah. But there is a scene where Batman's just like chilling out. Then suddenly the Flash appears, like in a vision thing, and goes, "Something's going to happen in the future," and then it disappears, and it doesn't affect any of the movie. Is it similar to the Balloon Boy thing? I think.
Funny fans.
Ideally, if you're assuming that Balloon Boy's going to be paid off in the future, and by the way, that Flash vision was not paid off in the future because Zack Snyder got canned. But
got him.
It's that vibe. It is like exactly almost that thing, except even less. I feel because it just nothing.
Only good acting
is Balloon Boy even like? Is it like Freddy and animatronic? I don't fucking know. They didn't explain anything. It's just a random.
Is it the second or the third game, Balloon Boy? I feel like he's a later guy.
I would have to say it was added later.
Yeah.
It's for the sequels, though.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things like this movie. I think mostly follows the early games, right? Except then they draw in random shit from the newer games, like Vanessa.
Yeah.
Yay! See, Vanessa.
People are mad about Vanessa, by the way, because of the twist at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. The twist that he predicted, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of this movie was predictable.
I also saw coming.
Yeah.
I saw that coming.
The reveal of the killer as well. We predicted that in the first scene when we met him. So it was like, oh.
The only good acting was the mid-credit scene.
Oh yeah, the person I didn't know, but Ibrahim knew because it's some YouTuber or something.
Which we'll talk about later. If you guys don't want to be spoiled by a cameo, do you guys even care?
Well, the audience. We'll leave it to the thing, right?
It's just a Robert Downey Jr. cameo.
Yeah. The way they also do cameos in this, I feel like it's not the way you do cameos, where it's just like, I get like, there's a cameo in a diner, right? That personally, I know the person, so it was fun for me, I guess. But they also spent like, maybe even too much time making it super obvious who they were and what their deal was. They say some iconic stuff that they say in a way that like, you don't really see in other movies where they do cameos. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're watching your average fucking... Like, we watched Killers of the Flower Moon, right? And you got some actors in the later half, right? You had like John Lithgow and the other the whale.
Scorsese cameo.
Yeah, they had cameos, but they weren't going like, "Hey, it's me.
I am the Scorsese.
Scorsese didn't go, "I'm the Scorsese."
Hey, Tin Mask Casey saw.
Or start quoting Goodfellas or some shit. But this has a similar vibe to that. Yeah.
True.
Also, did you know Markiplier was meant to be the security guard at the start? Yeah.
Oh yeah. But he's busy. He's doing a submarine movie or something.
Yeah.
He's actually doing things.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be
better.
I guess we're going to review that one.
That's also a video game, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Originally a video game
so
that Markiplier was just super into. And then Markiplier was like, I want to make this a thing.
Yeah.
Now we can also compare that to as an adaptation.
Yeah. What did I give for Aria, by the way? I don't know.
Like a 4 or 5?
4 or 5, that's
4 or
right.
5.
Because I remember this before. I was like, I don't hate it that much, but it's just like everyone's telling me to love it, so I hate it more. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's similar to this. There were elements of this that I liked, and I feel like it's just the costume design, all that stuff. There were elements of it that was fun, but then they'll do complete tonal whiplash. Like there's moments where you're kind of like hanging out, having fun with some characters. Then suddenly a character will be like, I told you not to have fun. And then you're like, but you just said have fun a second ago. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's probably, we could talk a bit more about sports for specifics. But like, I don't know. There's just moments that was probably my favorite part of the movie, by the way, where they're having fun.
Yeah.
Because the attempts at horror weren't very good. I don't know. Do you think in terms of age range, who do you think the ideal age range for this is? Because I remember something that the person we watched the movie with us was saying, the Five Nights at Freddy movies aren't kids' games. They're rated PG.
They are kids' games.
They're literally like for parental guidance. It's not even... This movie is rated higher than the game. At least the first one.
And I assume, Mordor.
Yeah.
And like some graphic content, I guess.
Yeah, stuff obscured in shadows and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, It's fine.
Okay, this may be unrelated, but what's the background of Blumhouse? Because I only know them by name.
Blumhouse. They're probably most of the horror movies we've talked about this channel on Blumhouse.
Yeah. Okay.
Jason Blum's the producer. Apparently, he got really fucked over by the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's and making this movie.
Which makes sense.
Because he usually has a bigger hand in these. Did we talk about Black Phone?
Oh yeah.
I think Smile was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Black Phone was good.
Was Get Out? I want to say Get Out was, but it might not be. So let me cut back to that one. I think like Insidious, probably. Lights Out, I think. Well, actually, I can pull it. They have a lot of franchises like, what's that one with the camera and people sleeping? Paranormal Activity. I think that's a Blumhouse one. The Purge, I believe.
Enough. They have a huge,
yeah.
They know how to make scary movies.
Yeah. They're like the Disney of horror, I guess, kind of. But on a smaller scale, yeah.
Yeah, FNAF movie. I think this is a...
They managed their budget really well. This was made on a very small budget.
Okay.
Well, every horror movie is, but I think this one especially looks really good in terms of the production design and shot during COVID.
True. Target audience wise, yeah, I think this is made for like early teens, maybe pre-teens.
Would it be? I guess, yeah.
And the fans from back in the day, which is what the fan service is for.
Yeah.
But for general audiences, it'll be for kids.
It's really
it's not. It's M, so like I don't think it is actually for kids. It would be for teens, yeah.
The kids who played FNAF back then and they have now grown up.
But I feel like because this movie, I agree with that. I think this movie is way too not scary enough. Because this movie feels like it could be shown. Maybe kids will get scared. Oh yeah, you know the weird thing I noticed is I assume we all like at least consume some sort of FNAF media when we were like actual kids, right?
Sure, yeah.
Do you find it's weird that this movie is literally about like the whole FNAF lore and stuff is about like kidnapping kids and like creepy pedo fucking guy in a suit,
bro, for the kids.
But like we loved it as kids, and I just find that very weird. But also like, that is something maybe we didn't think about it that much when we were kids or something.
Probably.
I don't know.
I mean, no parents ever complained.
They definitely didn't.
Yeah, we
frame
find
it
that shit at school.
With all of like the activities that you actually had to do to figure out lore, I guess in the story.
Yeah.
There was,
but this movie makes
mystery,
it super obvious that it's about a dude who,
kidnaps kids, and I guess just kills them unless he's a pedo.
I guess the stuff that isn't obvious though is, just that Blue Boy thing for one. Unless you've played the games, the way magic works.
Oh yeah.
Also, I'm not a huge fan of the way they mingled magic with like real.
I don't think it's like
stuff.
Magic. They're trying to explain it as
it's supernatural, but it's magic.
My head into thinking about the.
No,
past.
there's legitimate magic. There's dead people coming back to life.
That's just a spirit. Logic.
Yeah, that spirit thing, but also someone. We won't get specifics, I guess, but someone can control them through magic. Also, some drawings have magic powers. These visions are kind of magic. That's kind of you gotta be. It's kind of magic.
If you put in the spirit world logic, I guess
magic and supernatural's the fucking same thing, though.
But magic's more like wizards and Harry Potter, bro.
That's because you think of Harry Potter.
There were ghosts in Harry Potter too.
Magic is just science or something, right?
Like a different horror movie that the funny demon is magical. I guess it is.
Well, these people have like. I guess you could say, all right, fine. If you don't use the magic, we could say supernatural if that makes it happier. Yeah. But I guess the supernatural stuff, which is, the fact, because I want to emphasize that they have powers and they can do things like teleport and shit like that. And like, there's 100% teleportation. There's no fucking way that something happens to involve a fucking one of the puppets getting out of this thing.
Did they just
walk? Do they get into it? Are you telling me they got into another fucking cab and like somehow made their way across town and like
they're just very fast
entered someone's house? Like I guess maybe they are fast. I don't know.
How do they explain the games of how fast?
Well, that's the point. You shouldn't have to look to the games to explain the bullshit in this movie. They don't explain how the villain can control the puppets, right? In the movie,
they just said, "Oh, he."
They just say he does. They don't really explain how drawings can.
They do explain it. They explain it as he's a genius.
He just gaslit the kids.
No, because it's kind of fine if you chalk it up to technology, but the thing is they're not using tech. They're saying he's a genius because of his technology prowess, right?
Yeah.
But they're not saying it because he's a wizard. If they made it he's a wizard, then they're confused as to what they're trying to accomplish here, as whether they're going a science route or a not science route.
You're a wizard.
Well, it's a fusion.
It's like if the movie Mithrigan, another Blumhouse one. This is like directly related to Mithrigan. This movie somehow like it's like sorry, not same universe or anything, but like production team.
Yeah.
Also, all the puppets are made by Jim Henson of Sesame Street fame. Anyway, sorry, what was I saying?
Magic. Technology.
Yeah, if Mithrigan, right? They committed to technology being the source of all this supernatural stuff, right? Imagine if Mithrigan went, oh, it's supernatural and it's AI. That's what this movie is trying to do. It's trying to do both. Like, it could easily just have explained everything away by like, oh, he used AI to do the suits or something. And that would have made more sense, right? But they said it's supernatural stuff to do the suits. And they could have just made him be like, oh, maybe I'm I'm like Annabelle's creator or something, you know, where I made some supernatural puppets and so on. But they try to mix both, and I don't think it worked at all. Maybe they do it better in the games. I don't know. Would you say
they don't explain it in the games, so they leave that to the law for the fan base to figure out.
That's so fucking lazy. Well, no. But if there's established law, as in like it is pre-written or whatever, it's not like the fans didn't write it themselves, right? I assume.
No, but there's a level of which people accuse Scott Cawthon of actually stealing theories off the internet.
No, you just watch the Mad Pet videos. Like, I wrote that.
Maybe. Good.
He takes credit for people's bizarre theories that seem true enough because Scott only leaves us enough breadcrumbs for us to do a little bread trail.
Yeah. Loki, the Marvel formula, which is like, what do the fans want? Oh, they want Secret Wars? We'll do Secret Wars, it's fine.
If the fans can figure it out in a way that they can actually draw a line from the really vague shit that we're doing, then we've done it right. Yeah. In that sense.
It's called outsourcing.
Yeah.
Also, I know this is probably explained in the games 100%, but it's just funny that they need a security guard for the pizza place that's been closed down for years.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that in real life.
It's for
unless it's like I don't know, like there would be a reason to have a security, but there isn't for this one.
In this movie, they explained it as like in case of property damage, which
but like that's not really unless they had like cases of break-ins or something, but they don't.
At least happens.
Especially when maybe there's a break-in and then the cop reports the break-in and doesn't the cop mentions it, but maybe doesn't investigate because they're not a cop. Just a theory.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna pull out my film theory thing and say Vanessa in this movie isn't a real police officer because she doesn't investigate anything.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Also, she kind of just winds up not doing her job. Well, that's why the romantic tension between the two characters are because they both shoot at their jobs and they both decide to not do their jobs and hang out when they're meant to be doing their jobs.
They keep hanging out. Yeah, Vanessa.
There is a legitimate theory though that she's like a plant by the villain, but we'll get more into that.
Like an industry plant.
That's people say, but like I don't know. Also, I guess it's worth pointing out now that we've already mentioned Vanessa. She just shows up out of nowhere, and he just accepts her suddenly, despite her obviously not being a real cop. There's nothing about her that screams cop, except the fact that she wears a uniform and drives a police car. But like, I could do that in GTA, okay? And fuck that.
She also has the keys to a special police outpost, and she gets radio calls in from her colleagues.
Yeah, I could radio call Dio. Does that mean shit? Anyway.
She shows up out of nowhere and then comes in the pizza place
and then stays there for hours, just not doing her job.
And then explains everything to the guy.
This is why America's in crisis, why crime is rampant in the streets, because cops are going after their pizza places and just hanging out with dudes.
There are abusive dads' pizza places too.
And that's a spoiler trying to avoid. Alright, we'll just cut that one part, editor.
What time is it? Do you want to make a note? One.
We'll just scream at the Dio, editor. This part. Because I assume you watch the video when you edit, right?
I do.
Yeah, you'll see the part we're screaming
Most of the
at.
time.
Anyway, sorry, what was the point that I was... Vanessa, yeah. Shows up out of nowhere. Oh, she's just... I hate the trope of you know everything, but you just don't explain it for the sake of plot.
Yep.
And this character is just the embodiment of that.
I was trying to save you from the truth.
She absolutely was not. She was just a dickhead.
Yay.
She's the one that with the random character switch where she's like, let's have fun. And then suddenly goes, I told you not to have fun. I was like, no, you didn't. You said a second ago it was fine. Main character's terrible at his job as well. They're all bad at their jobs. Everyone sucks. The end.
See, Mike is oblivious and he accepts just Vanessa being there, I guess. And he's like, yeah, cool. What's up with these funny robots? And she's like, haha, they just move around a bit.
Yeah. I think the robot parts are fun because they're kind of so bad it's good vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, like a lot of this plot is custody battles. Like that is a... If I was to say what the main plot is, I think that is the core of the movie.
Yes.
But also maybe the finding what happened to the brother. But that's really... I feel like that's one of the more poorly Well, I think this is all spoilers a little bit. So maybe we'll just wrap up non-spoiler. Did you have any non-spoiler stuff to say?
Not really.
I guess if we're going through a bit, editing, visual.
Yeah, I think that's all
good.
fine. The visuals are all good. It's edited fine, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Music, they got funny music. They got the funny...
The fan service song at the end, yeah.
And then, as soon as the credits music rolled out, I just cringed instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I didn't like that song, but I it's for the fans.
But for me, it wasn't even that.
It's just funny tombstone, man.
Yeah,
they got that sleep song when the animatronics dance.
That song's good.
I like.
You know, The
song.
Weeknd has like a, I guess what would say, interpolation of it.
Oh.
Like one of his songs is literally just like similar, the same lyrics from the chorus, but like different verse. Is that interpolation?
In my sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if they just uses the same melody in one note.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, spoiler zone.
Because what I hated about the credit music was the first sound you hear is Freddy going or, and then it transitions into the tombstone song.
Yeah.
Damn, they should have said that in the movie, but Freddy didn't do it.
No.
That is the most anticipated moment.
Yeah. So
except for the was it Foxy?
Yeah, Foxy talks.
Foxy does it.
Or does like a little song, hums. Yeah.
Humana.
Also, that's the other thing. We knew who the characters was purely, but I know the characters got introduced right in the movie, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like there was not enough to distinguish them in terms of like their actual characters or whatever. Yeah. Like they're just all the same generic animatronic. That, like you know who the characters are more because of who they are from the game. I wouldn't say that any of them stood out at all. Even Freddy, I feel like, was just the same as everyone else.
I think the cupcake is the most.
Yeah, I would actually agree. The cupcake was probably the most recognizable, and maybe Balloon Boy, who is never named. So like, why are we even calling him Balloon Boy? Because we know from the games, because he keeps going, ooh. Yeah.
Hello. That's Balloon Boy in the games.
I want to pop that motherfucker.
Pop.
Anyway, so I feel like let's talk a bit more. So I was saying with the plot lines, right? So this is kind of the thing, right? The custody battle seems like the main plot from the start.
Yeah.
And it kind of is the main sort of threat. I guess they also use an excuse to kill people because of the aunt hires goons to like fuck up the thing to make the the aunt's motivation in this movie makes zero sense. They say it's because of the fucking check, right?
The child support check from the government.
Child support check that, might I add, is not doing anything for the main character who lives in like poverty, I guess. So it's not good. It's not that good, apparently.
They said like $3,000 a month, which is maybe.
Knowing her character, she probably makes more than that.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, what do you need that money for? Are you gonna just abandon the kid and take the check?
Has this film accounted for inflation?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I guess the plan is she's gonna take the kid, abandon her, and take the money.
$3,000 a month. just putting it, if it's it's obviously more in America, but like that's not even like your average full-time salary in Australia.
I'm wondering if they've actually accounted inflation in the film for what is this, the 90s?
Post-COVID era.
Yeah, but even if you think I guess
it's a bit better in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't... Wait, this movie, was it in the 90s?
From the production, you assume so.
Yeah, because we're talking like early 2000s or maybe 90s because of the set design.
I think it was legitimately set in the 2000s.
Yeah.
But I know the pizzeria stuff obviously doesn't look like that.
From
but
the
like,
80s. That's why it's abandoned.
Yeah.
The Bite of 87.
Exactly. So
the funniest thing in the movie is how we kept saying the Bite of 87 whenever anything happened involving the animatronics.
Me too.
Yo. That's crazy.
Anyway, so yeah, that plotline gets resolved by Freddy killing the art like midway through the movie. A plot point which is never brought up, which I feel like the next movie has to address, that the main character will have to go into like a court battle because it's very suspicious that the aunt that he already had a big legal thing going on with has mysteriously turned up dead.
Well, stabbed in his home with a body there lying, and then he just left.
He just left, bro. He probably emerged covered in blood or something from the fucking wounds of the police officer, and that's all very sus, right?
See, but that's the thing. Like, if Vanessa's still alive, she can cover up the death because she's the ops.
Oh yeah, and Freddy's paying off the ops. That's the other theory we had.
Yeah,
because no one investigates the pizzeria, so Freddy himself is paying off the ops. Also, the other thing is, he of all people should not be trusting a police officer, considering how many run-ins he's had with the law and how he's fighting a legal battle right now with his aunt. Yeah. So I guess the second plot line, right, is I guess the fact that he's at a haunted pizzeria, right? And I feel like the plot line with him being at a haunted pizzeria isn't even his plot line. It's mainly Vanessa's, right?
Yeah.
Because she's the one who has to, like, I guess, confront her dad. Mm-hmm. And that will resolve that plot line, right? Or whatever. Even though it's not resolved because they're setting up for a sequel.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Because Ipsy said he's going to die and go to hell but come back.
Yeah, apparently that is legitimately like something that happens or whatever. I think my roommates are talking about that or something. Yeah. And he says like,
Jesus
I think his line in the movie was like, I always come back, which apparently, according to my roommates, doesn't make sense because we haven't seen him come back yet. And apparently that's a line from like later or something in the games or some shit. I don't know.
He messed up, Mr. Producer Man.
Yeah. That was the most boring villain. He shows up at the start, and for the rest of the movie, you're not even thinking about who's behind. Like,
it's supposed to be a twist, though.
Because it's not like the mystery in the movie, I feel like, isn't who's the main villain. The mystery is like, hey, what's up with all of these animatronics, right?
Yes.
But then there's also the second mystery of what happened to the brother, which I don't really care about much because it took so long in the past. It has nothing to do with the custody battle, which which may sound like a stupid statement to make, but like that is the heart and soul of the movie, right? His relationship with his sister, which is the custody battle. Yes. And maybe if he spent a little bit more time thinking about his sister instead of his fucking dead brother, he would be actually, a better fucking parental figure to his sister. Yes. Instead of being a fucking dickhead who was so obsessed with the past.
See, that's
Move on,
what he said at the end of the movie, bro. It's like, I've been stuck in the past, bro.
I made a mistake.
I guess he learned his lesson.
He's like, I'm gonna spend more time with you.
He was so fucking self-obsessed that he literally let his sister made a deal with the animatronics to take her soul.
But yeah.
Well, no, he made the deal. He made the deal himself.
Because he said anything, bruh. And
like, dude's an actual cunt. Like, he is the worst. He's literally not sympathetic. He's a dickhead. Fuck that guy.
Which reminds me of an early scene where he goes to his sister. It's like, yo, who are you drawing there? It's like, oh, my friends. It's like, haha, your friends aren't real.
But I guess that this sister also must have powers, right?
She's just been speaking with the funny ghost friends.
Yeah. Which were already
the animatronics.
The only excuse that I can think of is she's like literally the excuse that I'm going to use to try and save the movie is basically because the brother got taken by the animatronics or whatever.
By the evil man.
That somehow that
connects
just everything in the movie to him. So it's not like him and his sister were already connected to the evil man through some magic that is unexplained, because the evil man has some sort of magic to control the animatronics' souls or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is all of the evil man. Yeah, it's like very loosely connected.
By the way,
together.
you think when the police came to the Freddy's place to like investigate the missing children, and they found like a bunch of suits that people could go in that equate to the amount of missing children, they just didn't check. Because remember, the thing is they hid the bodies inside
the animatronics.
The cops didn't check.
They thought, oh my god,
because Freddy paid them.
Freddy showed off. They gave him money. They went alive.
I'm pretty sure Freddy Bucks was a
because I was going to say, the thriving business in the pizzeria.
They got free coupons.
So much revenue for
free pizza at the pizzeria.
I wonder what the benefits for Mike were like. Did he get free pizza from the not working pizzeria?
I mean, like they said, the pay is shit, but the hours are shit. So.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, the Abby had those drawings.
Yeah.
And then her drawings are transmitted telepathically to Freddy, who puts them onto the blockchain and sells NFTs.
Yeah.
And he creates his cryptocurrency of Freddy Bucks.
Yeah.
To pay off the police.
Well, you see, Freddy's like wide into the whole Bitcoin fucking the cryptocurrency space. That's not how he communicates, literally. That's how she's able to, because she communicates through the drawings, right? So through the blockchain.
See what she's drawing she's drawing NFTs, bro.
That's what he just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't say NFTs, but I'm saying NFTs.
Yeah.
It's in the blockchain, right?
Anyway.
Damn. That shit makes more sense.
Yeah, you see. What other things? Yes, it's kind of like the brother thing. Finding the brother thing is just it's pretty much because I had to reach for that excuse of being like, oh, it's all, I guess, supernaturally related. But in like, if you just take the movie at face value, it's just a coincidence that he happened to work at the place where the animatronics are and where the bad guy fucking lives or whatever. And it connects to his brother. It just
so happens the bad guy is his guidance counselor.
It's a coincidence, yeah.
He's like, go to my place. Crazy. But that's how stories go.
And they wrap it up with like, hey, I killed your brother. Tee-hee-hee. Also, this guy's like a pedo, right?
In a real life scenario,
I don't know.
She seems like a pedo type guy. I mean, you kidnap kids and they keep them.
He's not like it's not. That's the thing that like maybe it's just to me with my adult brain now. Like I don't think it's a fun concept to have a creepy old man in a suit killing kids.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Kids didn't think about that when they played FNAF. They're just like, oh my god, Freddy.
Because this movie definitely isn't treated as like a real crime thing, because they have a whole segment where the animatronics is being fun and bubbly, and then they're all hanging out together having a sleepover until the lady goes, no, I told you not to have fun at the sleepover, despite me having fun at the sleepover. I don't know.
Because
she's switching up, bro.
The sister got zapped by the bunny.
Yeah. Also, this is a universe where people kind of just accept supernatural things. Like, there's no shock that the animatronic's alive. I was just like chill with it.
Well, Mike's already delusional, so he's like, oh,
I guess, he's just like, I'm delusional, so everything might as well be, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Crazy. Michael. Yeah, he has funny powers of looking through his memories, and then he sees ghosts.
Nebraska.
In Nebraska.
When I talk about Nebraska, my friend was like, I have a friend in Nebraska.
Okay.
Explain the bit.
See, he did a call forward earlier. Not a call back, a call forward.
Yeah.
And now he's doing a call back.
Camera died.
Or a call.
Or something.
Yeah.
That was a real jump scare.
That's real. Alright, is there anything more you want to talk about? Is there anyone else to defend any of the arguments? I feel like a majority of this was a jackrad, a typical jackrad.
Yeah, but you know,
I feel like when I hate something, I'm just like, ugh. when I love something. Like when I talked about John Wick, you notice how I feel like I went like it's amazing, and then it's kind of like I didn't talk much about like
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when they did a Spider-Man reference?
When?
Chica and the cupcake, and then Chica, instead of like the cupcake launching off, Chica went like fucking Spider-Man pose.
Chica did?
Yeah, like the first
I
time
didn't even
the cupcake
notice
joke.
that, but that's actually kind of funny.
Declan, my friend noticed it.
Yeah.
That's fine, Declan. Declan noticed it, and he was just like, Chica fucking did a Spider-Man.
I saw Declan sort of recently. We went to a party.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a complete segue. Yeah.
Spider-Man reference. Crazy. I agree with a lot of the points you said. Yeah, but I still thought it was a enjoyable experience watching the movie. Not because it's good, but because it's fun and it's bad.
The one line of dialogue that will convince you otherwise that the dialogue in this movie is shit. You just need to hear this one line. I killed your brother, and now I kill you. Symmetry, my friend.
Oh, is that the line?
Yeah.
Makes
no sense.
Vanessa in the games is not canonically related to Mr. Oldman.
Yeah. So it's just
so that's a funny movie bit.
Also, I hate villains that kind of just like the whole like this villain is like so fucking one note. All he does is, I guess, kill kids. There's no motivation behind it. There's nothing, and that's fine. Maybe like some people are just like psychopaths or whatever, right?
Crazy.
But then there's always more to the story despite that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's just uninteresting way. You just like I don't know.
See, this also
maybe because I watch a lot of crime dramas and shit, and I'm like I'm interested in all of like the machinations of how things work, how things lead up to it, and this is kind of like not that.
See, this kind of infers with Vanessa that you said like he was an abusive father, but that wasn't really spoken out, you know.
Well, I think that's maybe I don't know. Like, can you really make that statement? Because maybe he treated her really well and just abused other kids. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but she's also scared of him.
She's also alive.
Yeah, she's alive.
But yeah, she's scared of him, I guess.
Well, like,
but also,
at
like,
least scared to like go against him, you know.
But why? Like, because she knows that he killed these people.
Maybe
she could make she's a cop. She can fucking arrest him.
Like, she could have made a case against him if she's a real cop.
No, but her whole thing was, I'm too scared to interact with my father. That's why I'm not going to do anything for 2/3 in the movie. But right at the end, I'm going to like actually do something because I guess I'm not afraid of him anymore. Because
I met Mike and the kid.
Fuck this movie. Can we just skip the Freddy? I don't give a shit anymore. Unless you guys want to talk about something, you can talk about it. I'm done with this
what
movie.
happened to their parents, boys? Did they just disappear?
Oh, we kind of... I don't know.
They didn't explain it.
See, the real story is the parents took his brother and left him to die.
We just kept joking that like the flashback at the start, right? We just see the brother be driven away. Like the parents are just at the front row. He just missed it.
Yeah. Freddy movie.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the fans enjoyed it because they saw Freddy and it reminds them of the days when they didn't have any responsibilities or, taxes.
Sure.
And they were playing happily, watching Markiplier.
It's like, I'm fine with fan service, but it can't be like you relying upon it to understand the movie.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other thing would be to name all of the cameos, but that's not really what we're here for.
Oh, you wanted to mention the mid-credit scene, right?
Corey Kenshin.
Oh, also Matt Pat was the guy in the dinosaur. Yeah.
Matt Pat, I mean, the funny thing is Matt Pat even has a food theory channel now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like that Matt Pat scene is kind of a good example of that weird, like, it was cute for like, because we all know Matt Pat, we know he says, hey, it's a film theory. Hey, it's a film theory. That's what he said. But
he says the line.
It's super awkward dialogue if you just like watch the scene.
It's a bit of a funny one.
Yeah.
But would it be awkward if Markiplier was there and he was like, "Oh my god, is that the bite of 87?"
Nah, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
That would have been stupidly fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking even more off the top of my head, like, I don't know, Multiverse of Madness. You know how Brian Campbell's in it, or whatever his name, Bruce Campbell's in it? If you say no, then that's pretty good, because that's a good thing. It's for people who know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't notice, then cool. It didn't affect your experience at all.
But if you didn't know Matt Pat, would it like
I think that scene, would have been quite jarring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Because it's like, what is this? Why is he talking about breakfast? Why is he going, it's just a theory? What's this? What is this?
It's a bit small talk.
Yeah.
How about the
weird guy?
Taxi man?
Corey Kenshin.
Yeah.
Corey in the house.
Yeah.
Was he in Corey in the house?
His name is his YouTube thing.
See
Corey
that?
Kenshin.
Corey.
He's in the movie, right? And then he's in the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
He did not need to, like, the mid-credit scene was entirely, like, for fans.
Exactly.
Nothing about it, the balloon boy or that guy, like, nothing about it would make sense to a viewer who didn't know the franchise. So it's just like,
Funny taxi man.
yeah, what's that for? That's, I don't know.
And then there's all of like the game references. Golden Freddy, Springlock, and the baby doll animatronic from Sister Location, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine to have stuff in there, I guess. But, it was weird that he kind of just shows up in a suit at the end, I guess. I don't know. I feel like that's just...
Yeah, because he knows the suits are shit, and he gets in them.
Yeah, I don't know.
To stand the game.
But it's part of the game.
That's how he dies in the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that stuff's all lore accurate, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Anyway, can we move through, because we got other things to talk about.
Yes.
All right.
Final verdict. You start.
Verdicto.
Also, sorry, I'll just not podcast.
1:30 minute. 1 hour 30 minutes.
Cool. Okay, maybe this will be a long episode. Wrap it up in 2 hours. Let's try it.
Right. Yeah. Yes, Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria. I thought it was funny, but it was still a suboptimal movie. But it was a fun watching it for the first time. I won't watch it again. Yeah, if you like your Freddy's, you might like this one. But overall, with the funny plot and the unreliable lore links or subplots, it's kind of bad. The characters be also suboptimal. So I'm gonna give this one a 4.
Math fans rejoice. Apparently, the people I listened to on another podcast were like, the crowd all being FNAF fans and having that atmosphere of people cheering for references really made the experience.
I heard the same thing.
They went or.
But I like my roommates are FNAF fans, right?
Yeah.
But they know it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right?
Because I know this is a pretty shit movie.
Yeah.
But I had fun shitting on the movie. Let's go for...
He shot in the cinemas.
Maybe I don't want to give it a 4, but I don't want to give it a 3. But I also don't want to give it a 3.5, so I'm going to give it like a 3.69.
Ooh.
Sure. This is weird because I do give it a 4, which is higher than you. Because it does have... just the production design's really well done.
Yeah.
And I feel like...
Yeah, you know what? Production design, I'll bump it up to 4.
It's not an offensive... No, it kind of is, honestly. It's like one of the highest grossing movies of the year now, some shit like that.
Easy.
I don't know. I guess this sets a precedent of lazy video game actions.
They called it a box office smash.
This is the era of revival video game
I
movies.
think I gave Mario a 5, which is like an average movie, right?
Yeah.
I think this is definitely below average. Because Mario had its problems, but it felt like this is not the sort of movie that I can really watch without... Because it's got a lot of boring stuff in this movie. Whereas the Mario movie, I don't think it was totally boring because it had like a lot of colorful stuff on screen. Because kids can enjoy. I feel like this one's just a lot of court stuff, like the legal drama stuff. It's just really boring. Yeah, I don't know. The pacing just wasn't great. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this one maybe a 4.
That gives us
a
4.
I think it would be like a 3 point.
Nice, he bumped it up to 4.
Oh, a 4. Oh yeah, come on, 4.
There's your 4,
so
folks.
not good.
Not
pretty much 10 times the budget.
Under average.
Yeah.
Suboptimal.
Like every horror movie does that, but also this is a franchise thing. So
Yeah.
Can't wait for the sequel.
All right, let's talk about Gen V, which I feel like is a bit of a brighter note.
Yes.
I mean, I'm really interested to hear what you think, because I feel like the last couple episodes are very more the boys heavy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like characters kind of. Did you get who characters were when they popped up?
From
Oh wait, can we do full spoilers? Is that fine?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, full spoilers. If you haven't seen it, you can just end the episode here. And thank you for tuning in. But for now,
I
Go
would
watch
say
The Boys.
because I'm a person who likes to read about it. Anyways, I obviously
Okay.
haven't watched
did you read the
The Boys.
comics?
I didn't read the comics. I like to read
He read
like, plot
reviews.
points of related movies on Wikipedia and shit just to read who's who.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you've seen all the Homelander memes across the
I
months.
know of the memes. Like I get the concept of his character.
Yeah.
And that's probably enough. And I get the concept of Billy Butcher.
Which some people don't get. I said. I have to always bring this up. Some people think Homelander is like meant to be a literally me type person. No.
Unironically,
Or like a-
me.
Yeah. Or like a good. No, he's bad. He's literally a villain. Some people are dumb. Anyway, moving on.
That's as much context as I have for The Boys, but I thought, I don't know. Like, solid episodes, especially towards the end. I feel like they did a decent season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I didn't pay too much attention. It was just pretty solid
Yeah.
to me.
I'd say also. I'd say extremely solid, except for. Unfortunately, and I kind of feared this, I went onto Amazon and then I looked at the last episode and I was like, why does it have the shortest runtime of the entire season?
Oh, yeah.
And
True.
then I had the question in my mind, there's a lot of stuff going on after the previous episode. Can they wrap it up all concisely and like well enough within this shorter time span with less than 40 minutes, which is really short. That's like shorter than a Loki episode.
Yeah.
And I feel like they didn't do it well.
So they're saving it up for the next season.
Which gives me the vibes of the last season of The Boys, because I didn't like the finale of that one either. I think I like the finale. Like I think it's kind of like a 6 out of 10 vibe. Like it's good, but it felt super rushed. And they did resort to having to do a time skip
In The Boys.
to get in
This one.
Genevieve.
Oh, yeah.
They had to time skip to, and I don't like when things happen off screen, especially really important things, and they kind of did that in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, we can talk spoilers. I forgot. I was going to turn around. Oh yeah, at the end, like the Homelander confronts them, and they just time skip and explain what happened. Sorry, can I have a tissue?
You may.
Tissue, we all fall down. Oh! That's a foot tissue.
Oh. Can I get a foot job?
Fucking. I mean, it's your foot. You would be giving it, dumbass.
True. But what if a foot job is done with another foot on my foot?
If you're gonna cut that out, that's for your sake.
Yes,
Not for any of us. It's for you.
Not to self.
All right, sorry. Yeah, they time skipped like literally the ending of the show.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this is what happened. A lot of characters survived, and somehow the clearly unhinged people are the heroes or something. It's just unexplained.
See, are they somewhat saving that for like a boys plot point, or they just be like, just?
I don't think so.
As they can explain that in the next season. Be like, remember this? Bam.
I was just like they're trying to they're just trying to do something really unconventional that probably didn't pay off.
I thought it was just lazy. It just seemed like they cut a lot.
Mm.
And it's not like a satisfying of like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen next in the season. It's more like, how did we get here?
Yes.
It's so weird.
Hey, so you're probably wondering, how did I get here?
Honestly, I kind of felt like I was kind of excited when Homelander arrived, and I thought he was going to kill everyone. And I was like, that would be extremely ballsy, but like, I would kind of like it, but like, everybody gets out alive.
He did the diplomatic move.
Also, this is the only episode that has a viewer discretion at the start, because this has violence on a campus.
Haha.
Yeah.
Imagine that. But didn't that happen before in previous episodes? Like,
there's no viewer discretion at the start of any of these.
But it's like violence in the campus. The whole show is violence on campus.
I guess this is more like directly on.
Is it because they're outside and you can see the campus?
And there are a lot of civilians and stuff.
Oh, first or second episode where the fucking guy blew himself up.
Yeah. I think they meant more into like mass violence.
Yeah. Right. Like a mass shooting, bro.
Yes, that's obviously what I'm talking about, yeah.
See, that didn't click because there are no guns.
Yeah, this is an American show. Yeah, there was a lot of plot lines to wrap up. They kind of ended it with a kind of a Civil War type vibe where they're like
Civil War
type beat,
type beat.
Where it's like the main characters are all versing each other kind of, and they kind of just go, "Hey, it's all right, guys. Come on, chill." That's kind of the thing. I don't know.
And the other guys are like, nah. But yeah. Well, they're solid. I agree with you. They're getting a bit boys heavy.
There is stuff I like though in the episode. To be clear, it was like I do like the beats they were hitting.
Yeah.
I liked how the main character got the blood bending abilities.
Yeah, he got
that
the
was
blood
really
bending
cool.
sorted.
I like Vought being on campus. That was pretty cool. So yeah, the one big thing that didn't really work for me was Sam. Is Sam the name of the dude?
The dead guy. Sam's the dead guy.
Is Sam the dead? Who's the brother of Sam?
Fucking
Luke? No.
Luke. Wait, no.
Is it the other way? Luke's the dead guy. Sam's the brother.
Sam's
right.
the brother.
I feel like Sam's turn to the dark side, I guess, is too rushed. I get they were building it up in the last episode when he went to the
rally.
Right? But he's been doing that for his whole life or whatever. But he just like
stopped caring.
I don't know. He stopped caring. But I guess the mind lady did the thing, right? But I don't know. He already kind of just. I don't know.
See, I saw it as like he's a blank canvas, and also if he's been experiencing this torture, I guess. So I guess he's easily influenced, therefore.
I guess I feel like he's the opposite of like. Well, I guess he is because he's never really been in society in that way. But yeah, he also. Yeah.
He's a black and white type of guy, no grays.
Yeah. That's real. Yeah.
No aliens allowed.
I'd say the mind reading lady also kind of drastic, right?
I think
she made herself a little bit more sense. She also kind of gaslit herself, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lady died. Indira.
She died in the last episode, I think. Because the start of the episode was the aftermath of that.
Oh, true. But we didn't. Did we review the last one, or did we want to do a two-part?
We're doing it. Well, we're doing like the season, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, they kind of just jumped forward a bit too much at the end. That's kind of like my main thing because that could have easily extended to the full hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like just a bit longer.
They just
we're up past the 40-minute mark.
For too long, it's like
they didn't have the money for it. Maybe. Yeah.
It's like saving the money for The Boys.
Well, I assume they probably filmed at the same time, right? Because The Boys is coming up next year, so that would be like.
Is the Genevieve
and Billy Butcher's in it?
Subplot of The Boys.
Yeah. It's like part of the comics, like it's part of the storyline.
Yeah.
It's like volume 3 or something. I think this is meant to be taking place at the same time as season 4, maybe, or something along the lines. I don't know.
Yeah.
But well, Billy Butcher appears at the end. That's probably the
Yes.
biggest link to what might be happening in the next season. He finds out about all the experiment.
Yeah, and he's be like, "Yo, we can poison the soups."
Well, I don't know if he knows that specifically because the head exploding lady has to only poison.
But maybe he can figure it out from the lab somehow.
Well, yeah, he'd see a bunch of the fact that they're imprisoning soups or whatever.
Yeah. That's
So,
cray.
So yeah, I still like the final episode. It's just like the time jump was a pretty big deal. I feel that kind of ruined a lot of what they've been building up. But
Not
like the build up was all really good, and like there was a lot to like in the last episode. Lots of great action. But the character moments just weren't as strong. Maybe there wasn't a lot of time to like. What about the fucking dude with the funny metal powers?
Oh, his dad.
Yeah, his dad's. Yeah, that kind of.
That's just a personal conflict. They'd be like, "Oh, real superhero moment. Am I real, or do I get cancer?"
Yeah. That was weird though, because it was like the doctor's like, oh, if you keep doing this, you're going to end up like your dad or whatever.
Yeah.
But then instantly, when he uses his powers, he gets hurt.
Like in the ambulance.
No. That was, you're thinking of the last episode. I'm thinking of this episode, right? At the start of this episode, the dad's in the hospital, and then the doctor's like, if you use your powers, you're going to end up like your dad, right?
Did he get hurt?
Yeah. So like later in the episode, right, when he goes onto the campus and he uses his powers, he's like, that hurt, or something like that. Like, that's too instant. That's the whole point. It's meant to be a... Like, it doesn't make sense if he makes a decision to stop using his power in that very moment, because it's meant to be like a lifelong thing, right? I don't know.
It's he gaslit himself.
I don't know. Yeah, that's more of a minor nitpick, but I guess like but like that storyline kind of didn't really go anywhere
like
meaningful.
it's somehow it's coincidentally at that point where he's used his power so much that
even though he's young, like a lot younger, but I guess
he's getting his head fucked in. Yeah. But maybe not to the point of seizures like the dad.
Yeah. There was also a bit of an awkward scene where like Sam yells at Emma, and Emma's like sad or something. When they're in the middle of a giant like fucking war on campus, like what are you being sad for? We're having a fight.
No, because Sam said you're not a real hero.
Yeah, it said something like that. And it's like oh damn, am I? That's not the time. That's not the time. We need to keep going.
But it is the time.
You're wasting valuable 40-minute runtime. Less than 40-minute runtime.
They're in a drama class, so they need to be dramatic.
No one is in the drama class. They evacuated.
Yeah, he tried to kill that guy.
Yeah.
Sam, a true American patriot.
I do like how they brought in Homelander. That was cool because it made sense within the world. They're like, well, everyone's in trouble. We're gonna call in fucking Homelander. No shit.
Because everyone else sucks. Yeah. It's like, Homelander.
And it's interesting because Homelander's character has changed a lot in this episode. He just doesn't give a fuck anymore. Which is in line with the finale of the boys.
Yeah, because he's learned he has political power now. He can just be like, haha, bad.
Yeah, he goes, haha, bad.
And then everyone's like, clap.
Yeah. Yeah, but so overall, this season, I really, really like this season. I think it sets up really cool things for the boys. Just don't think it stuck the landing completely. But I still want to. I just really want to stress the point because I spent so much time talking shit about the episode. I still think it was ultimately a good episode, but not a great episode. You know?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Not the best it could be,
but still
good. Still good.
Should we rate the season then? Did you want to talk about anything else?
What else is there? I guess not.
Also, I like the X-Men vibes.
This show would be the X-Men of the boys.
Yeah.
X-Boys.
With more exploding penor. Yes. Should we do verdicts?
Yeah.
Of the season?
Yeah.
Episode. Alright. Gen V season 1. Very good. Enjoyed its run through. Very good characters, good story, and looks pretty good. A lot of the boy stuff. It all ties together at the end. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a. Let's give it a 8.5.
Solid. 8.
Yeah.
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 8.
Yeah, I really like this season. Characters were pretty cool. Mystery was cool. Implications of the world was cool. Only negatives is don't think it stuck the finale that well. And I remember bringing this up at the start, and I kind of still stand by it. But I guess the start of the season mostly was kind of a little bit had some weird stuff with how I didn't like how obvious the metaphors were of how the teenagers have to have powers that are related to teen problems or whatever. But I mean, it's thematic to the show, but it just felt a bit cheesy. Also, sometimes there are just cringe teen moments in this.
But I thought you loved those cringe teen moments.
Yeah, as a whole, It's just like, I do sometimes. It depends. It really depends how cringe teen moments are done.
Teen drama.
Yeah. Drama. Everyone's so horny in this show.
I fuck good.
Anyway, yeah, 8 out of 10 as well.
Hell yeah, that gives us 8 point. What's that? You gave it
1 or 2, yeah, or something like that.
Ooh. 8.2, everyone. Check it out.
Yeah, the boys.
Hit the boys.
Alrighty, let's just wrap it up. We've been going for a long ass time. It's quite late. Tune in next week for our special Marvel episode.
Marvelo.
Yeah, featuring Marvels in the Loki finale. Yeah, check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Hit us up on that 3unholythings@gmail.com. You can hit up our socials, unholy.pod on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. See you guys.
See you on the next one.
Bye.
Toodaloos.